Hey everyone, FPL Valentino here. Just doing a quick video before the first game of the season, Liverpool vs Bournemouth, in about 8.5 hours, 9 hours. Um, just a quick video on FPL players you should avoid that are highly owned, just because they carry a risk. So we've got a lot of updates now. So I just thought I'd do the players which are like highly owned and most risk that maybe you should avoid for the time being. Not saying you should avoid for the whole season, just maybe for the first week, just in case. So we're going to start with goalkeepers. So I think goalies, probably Kelleher, I'll avoid possibly, just because he's got a flag and he might not start. But look, then there's upside. If you have another goalkeeper, like another 4.5 that's starting, you can have him, because then if he doesn't start, the other goalie will just sub in. I'd put any Man City, especially Edison, because we don't know what's happening with the goalie. I think it's going to be Trafford in goals, but we don't know, just because there's speculation around Edison. And then the other Man City keeper, what's his name? I forgot. Anyways, that's an avoid there. For defenders, Frimpong is very, very highly owned, and I think he'll start. But I just don't know what's happening with Bradley yet. It's reported that he's probably going to miss a few games, or he might not start. But there was no questions on the pre-match interviews leading up to it. So he's a very good pick, though. Like I've been even contemplating getting Frimpong, but I'm just not sure with the Bradley situation on that. So that's one there. Gabriel, I don't know. He didn't get too many minutes in the preseason, so it'd be a little bit, just a little bit risky, because he's probably not at 100% fitness. But you're still welcome to go with him if you want. I just trying to pick the players most settled in with preseason, and that are like pretty much 100% to start. So that's one. And also Arsenal's fixtures aren't super good. Like, I can't see too many clean sheets. Probably Leeds, Nottingham Forest, because their attack is not very good. But against Man United, Man United might score. They've bolstered their attack now. So yeah, just for now, like, you could probably get Arsenal from game week 7. I reckon that's probably a lot better. So that's there. Another one I see it's highly owned is Eight Nuri. I was going to go with him, but there might be minutes risk. Just depending on the new players signed. But he's still a very good pick because he's very offensive. So he's kind of like a 50-50. I think Guardiola's probably the most nailed. Moreno. I'll put Moreno as an avoid. I know he's 4 million, but I'm pretty sure Digne signed a new contract, so I'm pretty sure he's got that spot now. And so Moreno, I don't think he's even played that many minutes in pre-season. So that's another avoid. Who else? I'm seeing Tarkowski a lot in a lot of drafts. Like, he's great for DEFCON. Tarkowski is very good, and he's attacking threat from corners and set pieces. The only thing is Braithwaite's injured now, so I don't think Everton's defense is going to be as solid. So there might be a few more cracks. So, and Everton usually start a bit of slow, so I might just avoid him for now. That's most of the highly owned ones. Just trying to see. There was a few others. Obviously, Udoggy Snoop Doggy Dog. He's a lot of people are in the drafts, but he's dropped dramatically now because of the flag. Yeah, so even Braithwaite, Michelenko, they're down. But yeah, I don't have to fill this right up. I'm just having a kind of a chat about it. So that's there for now. I'll go through the midfield. Any avoids? Right, I'd still avoid Rodgers just in case. I know there was a photo of him walking to training. Pretty sure it was in the news. He was walking to training, but then we don't know. Is he just doing light training? Is he training by himself? Is he just, training so he can be on the bench? He most likely he'll probably start because he's a machine with his minutes. But I know I've had my problems with ankles, and usually if you roll it, it's a little bit weaker. So I don't know. I wouldn't risk getting Rodgers for now with that flag, just in case. You can always just go to Watkins to cover you for that. Next one, I would Mbeumo and Cunha. They're great at their respective clubs. So Kinder Mbeumo was good at Brentford. But I think with him moving to Manchester United, his appeal's gone down because Fernandes has got pens and probably most set pieces and corners. And, with Cunha and Mbeumo, you just got to wait till they gel in more. They're great players. They're very, very good players, talented. But I think the points will be shared and most of it will come from Fernandes. So even in the preseason, you see Fernandes got most goal involvements. So that'll just be an avoid. The next avoid would probably be even with Newcastle. I'll probably Elanga. Like, he's pretty highly owned. He's a great player, and Forest are going to suffer since they've lost his attack. Like, I think Chris Wood is going to lose a lot of his goal potential because of Elanga's gone. Like, I think Elanga assisted in 14 or 15 goals with Wood. They just had a really good partnership. But just with Newcastle situation and the wingers, I'll just avoid for now, and the fixtures aren't the best. So I'll just put that in there, just an avoid. It's another one that I see a lot of. Oh, but Dewsbury Hall is a good budget pick that just come up. So he's one to watch, I reckon. I would avoid any of the Chelsea wingers just because I definitely think Neto is going to start, but we signed so many wingers. Like, we got Estavo, Giddens, Giddens. And we just got so many wingers, and there's only 2 spots for those. So they might not get 90 minutes. So I'll just wait. I'll just wait on that situation there. The last midfield spot, that is a kind of an avoid. So Marlon or Buendia, they're good players, very good in preseason, but then we don't know just how many minutes they're going to get. So I'll just wait on that. I both think they're very good budget picks, Marlon and Buendia, but I'll just wait for now on that. Also, Clivert, I think he's picked up an injury or his fitness is not the best. Savinho, another void. He's rumoured to go Tottenham or another club. I'm just trying to see if there's any. I think that's for now. It's sad seeing Jota still there. Rest in peace. So just Marlon, I'll just put as a void for now, just to wait and see for the minutes. For the forwards, I don't know why so many people have got Isak still. I don't think he's even going to start against Aston Villa, just with his speculation of going to Liverpool still. So I'll avoid Isak for now until we know what's going on. He's pretty much didn't even go to the preseason in Newcastle and just trained by himself. He went to his ex club as well. So that's an avoid. Gilchrist, I don't know how you say it. Gilchrist, licorice, Joao. um, he's in a lot. 25%. I know people are excited for him, and he's a new player. I would just avoid him for now until he kind of settles in a bit more. But look, you can go for him if you want. Even all the other players, you can go for them if you want. It's just go with your gut intuition. I'm just kind of putting up a kind of these players are kind of risks to have. But if you're a risk it for a biscuit person, go for gold. He could do well against Man United and Leeds, but then some of these fixtures aren't the best, and he's just joined, so kind of 50-50 avoid, up to you. Mark Hughes a good 4.5 mil pick as well, if you just want to open up your budget a bit. He'll probably start, I don't know, in a few games, hopefully, once he starts to join. So I'm seeing a lot of people with Wood. I had him in my draft, but then in the preseason, they pretty much scored no goals. They had very good clean sheet and defense. Like, no one's getting in there. But their attack was pretty bad. Again, I said with Malanga leaving, I just don't think Wood's going to score as many goals. He could he? I don't know. He might score more, but I don't know. I just think from that preseason, they hardly scored any goals, so I'll just avoid him for now. I know they got good fixtures, but I think there's other strikers out there with better attacking output. But if you want to go for the defense is awesome. It's like a brick wall of brickies. You won't get past. So it's another void. But if you want to go for him, go for gold. Tekken tag, a tiki licky. I don't know how you say it. Kit Kat, tiki tic-a-tech. He's a 50-50 as well, because I don't know with his minutes. But he's a good pick. Still 8.5. He could still get in the score sheet with Liverpool's attack. But I'll just wait for him to settle in. That's my rule of thumb. I just, with new players, like to wait for them to settle in. It might be the opposite. They might want to prove a point, so they'll do really well. But with EPL, the most competitive league in the world, it's hard. It's kind of hard to gel in straight away. So I'll just kind of avoid him for now. Beto, I'd bet on Beto not really starting because there's Gary now. So I'll just do an avoid for him for now, just because we don't know if Barry's starting or Beto's starting. But he's still a good shout, but just uncertain. So most of these players just uncertain what's happening with them. Where's the other goalkeeper? So that was the other one. I'll just do. I'll just check some other. Seshko. He's a pick as well, but again with Mbeumo and Cunha, he's kind of just the thing though with Mbeumo and Cunha is they've got Premier League experience. Seshko doesn't, so I'll just maybe avoid for now. Solanke I would avoid. I think he was on the bench for their last game against PSG, so he's still getting back from his fitness or injury. Apparently Welbeck, he might not start. I think it's Reuter. I think he's starting. Wissa I would avoid because speculation of he's going to Tottenham, I think, or Newcastle. I think it's Newcastle, but there's a merry-go-round with the transfers, so I'd avoid Wissa. Missa is going to be a Wissa. Wissa will be Missa. Delap's a good punt, but I'll just avoid because I think Pedro's starting and the minutes will be shared, so I reckon Delap will probably get the last 30 minutes. So I'll just wait for that. And obviously, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think he's not going to start. They got Sesko, he'll be on the bench, and, the rest of these, I think Evan Nilsson is going to be a good shout later once they pick up their form. But yeah. So just trying to see if there's any other defenders you can kind of avoid, or that's kind of like 50-50. It's not, see, with defenders, because of the new DEFCON points, some of them might have a crap game, but then they can get the extra 2 points to kind of scrape away a little bit to help you out. But for me, I'm still going defenders that are very good with clean sheet potential and, attacking. So most of your fullbacks. I can't really see any others. But yeah, I think that's it. Just a kind of avoid. You don't have to avoid them if you want. It's just my opinion. I just think there's uncertainty either with their positions at the club, or them settling in, or them going to another club, or them, might not get the best points, or them injured. And I just want to show quickly my final locked-in team. I just made a few changes. So instead of Sanchez, I've taken Sanchez out. He's a good goalkeeper, and Chelsea very good defense, but it's boisted. The only thing is, I wanted Sels because they've kept 5-6 clean sheets, and then in the game week 2, I want to have an easier route to Joao Pedro, just in case he pops off. Because if I have Sanchez, then I'll have 3 Chelsea assets, and then in game week 2, I would have to do Sanchez to Sels, and then Bowen, so it's a -4. So if I just have Sels in here, and Sels and Sanchez are, similar. So, I got 3 Nottingham Forest just because their defence is pretty good still, like 5-6 clean sheets in the preseason. I know they weren't EPL teams, but, they're pretty stubborn in defence, I reckon. And I think they're just going to play counter-attacking football. They'll soak up the pressure and then kapow. That's what they'll try to do on the counter. So I've just got 2 Chelsea players, just in case Pedro goes well, then I can swap Bowen. And also with Bowen, his next games are Chelsea after Sunderland, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. So I don't really want him playing against my backline of Cucurella and Sanchez. And then 3 of my Nottingham Forest players. It's kind of counterproductive because if he scores, then it wipes it out. So I'm just keeping him for the first game because I think he'll do really well. And then, once the games get better for West Ham, where is it? So once the games get a bit better for West Ham, from here, game week 8, I could get him back. That's just my thinking at the moment, because Chelsea's fixtures are really good, and Joao Pedro was on fire. Like, I was watching him most games. He's a very good player. So I just want that choice just in case, because then I can just swap Bowen to Pedro, or anyone else. So that's what I'm just doing for now. So it's mainly my team. I was going to go NY to Dewsbury Hall because he's quite good for 5 mil, but I just wanted the just really safe picks for now, and then I'll change it up later. But yeah, I hope that was a helpful video. Best of luck for the season coming up shortly. I think everyone's excited for this weekend. Probably everyone, all the blokes will probably have their phones off so they don't, or do not disturb once all the games are on. So yeah. All right. Well, I hope that helped, and looking forward to the first game. And yeah, if you have any questions or whatever, just go for gold. And yet again, just play whatever you feel. It's a game at the end of the day. I'm just sharing my opinion on all the information I've got to help you if you need. Yeah, have a good weekend. Peace. Ciao, ciao. Bye.